This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday, the 18th of July. Very hot day outside, so taking advantage of air conditioning here in our house in La Vista, Nebraska to bring another video message to you. To do things a little bit differently this time, I'm actually going to play one of the videos that's actually located on my website, but I believe one, it's done professionally. Two, it has a great message. It does talk about golf, uses golf as the analogy for the discussion point. Hopefully that doesn't bother you one way or the other. I'm not necessarily a golfer. I've golfed in my life, but never really took up the sport. But I do believe whether you play it or not, the analogy will make sense to you. So I hope you take some time to watch and listen to this video. I do have a message afterward, so I hope you you make it through to the end, and it'll kind of lay out what my next video educational message will be about. So here we go.
For those of us who play, there's nothing greater than the game of golf. We watch it on TV, read about it in the books and magazines, and hope to learn that new tip that can take our game to the next level. Statistics show that there are over 60 million golfers in the world today. Of those, less than half ever break 100. Only 33% break 90, and less than 5% will ever break 80. Unfortunately, the percent of people who are financially secure is somewhere in that same 5% range as well. It's amazing how many similarities there are between the game of golf and our money. Let's take a look at a few. Whether you've been playing for a short time or all your life, you understand the frustration of the fact that just when you get one part of your game working, something else falls apart. You finally start hitting the driver, and you can't hit an iron in the ocean from the pier. It never fails. You start draining every putt, and now you can't get off the tee. Financially speaking, just when you get a little money put away, something comes along that eats it up. You finally start investing for your future, and the market drops 30%. Sound familiar? If you're like most golfers, you can't wait to play. The anticipation of the next round dominates our thinking. We live such busy lives with work, kids, chores, and trying to keep up that when we have any time, we want to play, not practice. We may hit a few balls on the range before starting our round, but seldom take the time for serious practice. We hurry to the first tee and are off for yet another mediocre round with the same bad habits we had the week before and the month before that and the year before that. Reports on Tiger's practice schedule says he hits 1,000 practice balls a day. There must be something to practice. Financially, we spend most of our time making money, but little to no time learning how to master the use of it. Most golfers spend more time planning their next 3-day golf weekend than they do planning their financial future. Sad, but true. We know our game would improve if we spent some time at the sand trap practice facility, but we want to play. When we hit in a sand trap on the course, and we will, we struggle sometimes taking several shots to get out when a few hours on the practice range would have made a huge difference. It's easy to find ourselves doing the same thing with our money. Because we have not done our homework, we find ourselves making poor financial decisions, like bad shots, hoping our next shot will make up for our previous mistake. If your financial future depends on your next decision being a career shot, you'd better rethink your position. There's no doubt that hitting your driver on the screws 300 yards down the middle of the fairway is exhilarating. We love the feel of the clubhead speed and the sound the driver makes as it makes contact with the ball. How much time do you spend working on your putting versus hitting your driver? On the tour, the slogan is putt for dough. Ask any professional, and they'll quickly tell you that the most valuable club in their bag is their putter. A 6-foot putt counts just as much as your longest drive. Like in golf, when we think about our money, the financial products that captivate our attention are usually the drivers, the products that promise to pay the highest rates of return. But what about the putter? Products that offer liquidity, use, and control, not return. The putter would never come up in a conversation about distance. However, it may turn out to have more influence on the outcome of your game than your driver. We've all lost balls using our driver. That's why golf balls come in a pack of 12, but never with a putter. A lost ball on the course means a penalty. A lost ball financially can spell disaster. In golf, a putt counts just as much as the drive. Financially, avoiding losses can make all the difference in your final score. Remember that a great putt can help you recover from a bad drive. Don't ignore the value of having a solid financial putter in addition to a good driver, because the products that pay the highest returns may not always be the best club in your bag. Golf course design is a thing of beauty, and the variety of holes is what keeps us wanting to play every course on the planet. There are some par fives that are long with little trouble and are often birdied, while others are almost impossible to reach in 3. There are short par fours that are reachable with a great drive, but offer no consolation for a ball mishit. Like a downhill dogleg left, 279-yard par 4 with a steep drop-off left of the narrow fairway and nothing but bunkers on the right. You can play a 5-iron off the tee to the middle of the fairway and a wedge to the green and par it almost every time. Or you can try to drive the green and risk going out of bounds and getting the dreaded double par, 8 on a par 4 hole. Not fun. Financially, we must weigh risk and reward as well. Taking unnecessary risk can lead to disappointment, which can affect future shots. Many investors would tell you that looking back, they would have more money today if they could get back just their principal. The return of your money is often more valuable than the return on your money. Taking unnecessary risk can lead to disappointment, which can affect future decisions. No one knows this better than Jean Van de Velde. When at the 1999 British Open, he blew a 3-shot lead, hitting an errant drive, and then played a risky shot rather than the sure thing and lost at a playoff. How many holes have you played thinking to yourself, I could have done better using a pitching wedge on every shot? In 2005, Tiger Woods won his 11th major, the British Open, and only used his driver once in the entire 4 rounds. While others were trying to capitalize on the roll they would get bombing it off the tee, Tiger was orchestrating a controlled trip around the course, purposed on missing the bunkers. He knew that avoiding the hazards offered the best chance to win. Our financial course is covered with hazards. Some you can't even see from the tee box. Increasing taxes, interest on debt, credit cards, car payments, mortgage decisions, retirement plans, stock market corrections, and more. It's tempting to take unnecessary risk, hoping to clear the hazard, only to find ourselves in the middle of a bunker, out of bounds, or in the water with no chance to advance the ball. Pay attention to the financial bunkers in your path and avoid them. In golf, risk takers do win on occasion, but those who win consistently have learned to avoid trouble. There's a very unique relationship between a player and their caddy. Unfortunately, the caddy for most of us non-tour playing fanatics has been replaced with GPS systems that can only tell you how far you are from the pin. It can't tell you which club would be best to hit given the elevation of the green and the direction of the wind. Have you ever noticed that not one professional on the tour carries their own bag? While the player must still hit the shot, the caddy provides a great sounding board for the decision ahead and is often the voice of reason in tense situations. Financially, trying to carry your own bag by making your own investments may not be the best of ideas either. The financial caddy brings with them a special knowledge of the course, the dangers, the layup spots, and the sucker pin placements. They can help you to know when to go for it and when to lay back. They're also there to help you with the rules to avoid unnecessary penalties or disqualification. Having a financial caddy to help you with the rules and encourage you along the way brings great value. You have to play the shot, but the caddy is always there for verification and support. Having someone standing beside you that understands your game and knows how to help you get around the course by maximizing your strengths when you're playing the most important round of your life can be just what you need to finish on top. Every golfer has their favorite club. That one club you hit better than any other. From time to time, we hit every ball well, but there's that one club we hit well consistently. When a golfer learns which club they hit best, it makes sense that they try to leave themselves in position to use it whenever possible. It's much the same way with financial products as well. Some people like real estate, others mutual funds, others stocks and bonds. Regardless which club is your favorite, the important thing to remember is that you need to go with the one that you feel most comfortable. Don't let someone talk you into something that may be working for them, but makes you feel uncomfortable. Find what works best for you. We've all played around with a player who used a 3-wood on a par 3 when everyone else was using 5-irons. We missed, and they're putting for birdie. Makes no difference how you get there. There's no place on the scorecard for which club you used. Let's assume that we're going to send you to play in the Masters, every golfer's ultimate fantasy. There are two things you can choose from. You can pick only one. You can have the clubs of any player who has ever played the game of golf, or you can have their ability. Which would you choose? Certainly, you would choose their ability. The swing is more valuable than the clubs. Financially, what do the financial institutions deliver? They have products that we're going to call the clubs. You have to have clubs to play the game, and you want the best clubs available, custom fit, and designed specifically for you. Yet most golfers buy their clubs off the discount rack. How many times have we purchased a new club thinking it will improve our game? Certainly, better technology can't hurt, but the fundamental issue is with our swing. When it comes to our money, the right swing means that we have learned to avoid the potential for loss, minimized our risk, and maximized our earning potential. The best clubs and a poor swing will keep you in amateur status. Fitted clubs and a great swing will fill a trophy case. You need both. I would love to get together with you and share some ideas that could possibly improve your financial swing, and who knows, it may give you more time to perfect your golf swing. Give me a call and let's schedule a tee time soon.
All right. Well, thank you for watching that. No, you don't have to call me and schedule a tee time anytime soon. I doubt that I would probably take you up on that. I do actually have a set of golf clubs, but again, it's not something I've ever spent a lot of time on. I will admit, learning a few terms in this video. Double par, didn't know what that would mean. I wouldn't have known what that meant. I guess on a par 4, if it's a double par, isn't that a quadruple bogey? And a couple of things I wrote down. Return of your money can be just as important as return on your money. Financial bunkers, of course, you're talking about sand pits. I don't have a favorite club, not in a golf club set anyway, but I do in my own personal financial plan. Won't get into that here. And certainly I hope you took away the importance that the swing is more valuable than the club. Here's my what I want to end with and sort of tease you with what my next video will be about. I'm going to get into any of you that have gone through one of my second appointment sessions or my workshop knows that I bring up a mountain chart. If you've got my book, you'll remember reading about that, you know, the mountain chart going up and down, up 10, down 10, up 10, down 10, the difference between average and actual rates of return. I'm actually going to walk you through that and then actually talk about index strategies. The same program I got this video off of, Circle of Wealth, gives me a tool to show what indexing strategies can do with market-like returns and how taking any negative returns in the market out of the equation, what that can do for us. I do want to leave you with a couple of things though, and I've said this in the past as well, but if what you knew to be true turned out to not be, when would you want to know it? regardless of the subject matter. That I think might open some eyes this next video with my indexing strategies as to some other strategies that are available to you that you may not have been aware of. And there are two primary ways that people in my industry help people financially. They, one, try to find better products that potentially pay higher returns, but oftentimes that will require more risk to do that. Or number two, be more efficient by avoiding unnecessary losses. And I strongly believe there is more opportunity to serve my clients by helping them avoid the losses than by picking the winners. Okay, so with that, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, obviously just reach back out, have a return email to the email I'm sending this out to you on, and I look forward to our next conversation.